guys! So I don't know who will watch this video, but I remember doing my GCSEs and even my A-levels. This might apply to some people doing A-levels, and when it came to revision I hated it, and I was inspired by my last video where I said about revision timetables and whatnot and how I couldn't stick to them. So I decided that I'd make a video explaining how I actually revised and to give some tips and hints on how you might be able to revise for GCSEs and A-levels that are coming up. I know that the whole system has changed now, and to be honest I think it's ridiculous, and I feel so sorry for all of those in the UK that are currently doing exams, but unfortunately they're compulsory, we have to do them, so let's try and make it as easy as possible. First things first, when it comes to revising, you've got to be prepared to do your revision. I always made sure that my room was tidy and I had a clear space, that it was well lit, and that I had my books and any other notes around me. It didn't always work, but I tried to turn my phone and my laptop off and make sure that they were somewhere that I couldn't get them, because I know that procrastination is like so hard when you really don't want to revise. One thing that I found really easy and helped me revise was colour coding things. So I had sticky notes, coloured sticky notes, I had different coloured paper, I had different coloured pens, different coloured books. All of it was very colour coded, and I'd use all of them to make notes, to make revision cards that I'd stick around my room. All of that would be in a colour coded style. It also makes revising a little bit more fun because you can make it look nice and pretty and spend a bit more time on the actual presentation. Might have actually been a procrastination method, but who cares? One thing that I did, I had a book purely for revision. I'd have my subject exercise book and then I'd have my revision book. I've got some of my old school books here. For my science book, this was my old textbook, not textbook, this was my actual school book. So I'd have it all nicely laid out, you can see, very clear. So I made sure that in my actual lesson book I had all of my notes clear, and any information that I thought was important I'd put a circle around it in a colour. Everything in this book was colour coded as well. And then when it came to revising this, I'd use my revision book and make notes and just copy it out again and again and again, and that's how I revised. So I even called it Science June Exam Book 2. Obviously that doesn't work for every subject. Like English, I know I could never revise for. The only way that I could revise for English was to do question after question after question and just try and learn how the examiner wanted me to answer the question. That's another thing. Look at old exam papers, look at examiner reports and see what their notes are on it. And I know that I think we're coming up into the brand new GCSEs, so there will be, probably is going to be quite hard to find past exam papers, but I think if you just go onto the old exam series, you'll still get the gist and the feel of what it is like to answer an exam. So another method, especially for those studying languages, you basically just need to learn all of the words. So this was my Spanish book, and this was how I learnt my speaking and writing, isn't it? So I just had it all double spaced, and then I'd go over it and I'd read it to someone else, I'd read it to myself, read it out loud, talk it, say it. For both of them I applied the same method so that I could visualise it in my mind, and that's how I learnt Spanish, and I ended up getting a B. Get together with your friends, talk over the notes, ask them questions, create a little revision session. It can be at break time, lunch time, after school, so you don't even have to do it on your weekend, and just talk with each other. You're all doing the same subjects, you're all learning the same thing, so there's no one better to talk to than your peers and your friends. And if you don't have people that you can talk to, then speak to your parents or your family or your people out of school, anyone. Just ask them to sit down with you and to talk through your revision notes. Give them a copy of your revision notes and let them test you on it, give them questions to ask you, and that way you're learning through talking, because I know that not everyone learns in the same way. So now this is just like generalised information about revision. If you don't understand something, if there's a topic in your subject that you don't understand and it comes to revision, there's no point in revising it unless you know it already. So go and speak to your subject teacher, or speak to someone that you know has already done it and understands that subject area, and ask them to explain it to you again. So make sure that you're revising stuff that you understand and that you learn, otherwise it's going to be pointless. Lastly, don't leave everything to the last minute. I get that exams are horrible because I absolutely hate them myself. I couldn't stand exams, but we have to do them. So the best way to get through it is to make it as easy as possible for yourself. Don't leave it all to the last minute. Don't leave it to the week before, 2 weeks before, because that's going to be too late. You're going to end up stressing yourself out. And when it does come up to exam time, make sure that you look after yourself, because it's going to be stressful. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you. Take a bath, chill out, listen to music, make sure that there's at least an hour in your evening of downtime for yourself. Go out for a walk, talk to friends, just give yourself that time. Don't spend 100% of your time revising for your exams and stressing out, because it's not going to help you out, and in the end you won't perform your best. To all of those that are doing exams this year, I wish you the best of luck, and no matter what you get, you will be amazing. Your life isn't determined by a grade or a letter or a number on that piece of paper. You can achieve anything that you want to, regardless of your grades. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to see more content when I upload it. And I will see you tomorrow with the next video. Goodbye. Hello?